person that I've ever seen, any build that I've ever seen that needs mana that doesn't even use mana pots anyway, or like it uses a little bit of mana pots, is like AoE healers and what's it called? IGVGs. And IGVGs just like block with their VG and they gain mana back anyway. Right. So like mana pots, unless you're using healthy toast, which then you would get rid of health pots, not regens. Like you would get rid of health pots. Uh, there's not really a reason for you to be running mana anyway. Like there should be plenty of passive mana up, like of regain from Fire Staff and from a lot of other stuff that you guys are doing as a mage. That being said, also I've also been seeing a lot more hatchet than I have been seeing rapier. So like that's just a recommendation. If you like rapier, it is what it is. But I've been seeing way more hatchet than I've been seeing rapier. Uh, Also, your POV is way too close. You have way too close of a POV. Your POV is like you have to be able to zoom out fully zoom out. But make sure that your FOV is at 70, right? Make sure that you have tilt-based zoom on, right? Everybody in the whole army should have your FOV at 70. You should be max zoomed out. You should also be have your tilt-based zoom on. You guys should all have those items, all those things on, so that you have the biggest POV, right? So, for example, I showed this a little bit yesterday, but like I'll show you my POV of the war, and you guys should match, right? Like it should be anywhere different, right? So this is my POV of the war, right? All of this space, I can see both shops as well as some a little bit further this way. That should be your POV of the war as well, right? Like this should be your POV of the war. It shouldn't be any different. Okay. Good. You zoomed out. I would also recommend probably freeform movement, like back doing this back step stuff. Like I would not like unless you really don't like freeform movement for whatever reason. I would definitely recommend freeform movement. Uh, it's just better. Instead of you backing up and tiptoeing back, you will just run backwards. You won't like step back. So you're already taking way too much time. Hit somebody, right? Do something. Hit someone. Yeah, this is an immediate calm for more assistance, right? I would not necessarily get wider. I would pull up. I would walk upwards because their healers and stuff are gonna be here, right? So like I would not necessarily walk wider. This is what they want you to do because they're gonna insta take point, right? So what ends up happening is that the disruptors and stuff need to be stepping on point to assist the point as so that you guys can slow take. But the second you see this amount of people, which I know that you guys do, I'm pretty sure that you
Yeah.
guys said it, like you need to tell Ford we need more people, and then try to be more specific. Try to be specific as to what you guys are seeing. Right? Are you seeing main ball? Are you seeing more kill squad? What are you seeing? Right? Are you seeing bruisers on the point? Are you seeing like what are you guys seeing so that Ford or whoever your caller is doesn't matter can call appropriately as far as what groups need to be there. Right. So like I know that Beefy, I know that these guys are main ball players. So like you need at least one main ball group here. You need to match them on that, right? You're dodging too much. You're dodging off of the anticipation of his hit, right? Like you're not even getting hit. You're just
Yeah.
dodging because you think that he might hit you. You know what I mean? Like don't like your dodge again is to dodge damage. It's not to dodge for movement, right? You're dodging to try to run away from this guy. Just walk away from him. Right, you're not going to be able. He's running just as fast as you, and you dodging. The only thing, like for me as a disruptor, if I play disruptor, if you dodge, especially here that you stamped yourself out, you're pretty much insta dead. If I see this where you're stamped out, I will immediately leaping strike on top of you, sweep and make sure that my guys are looking all in on you. Right, like so make sure that you guys are not dodging and stamping yourself out, especially as a light player, to pretty much nothing. The guy literally walked up to you and you stamped yourself out. Right, so try not to do that because if a good player sees you do that, they will immediately nuke you for doing that. Okay. That being said, you guys are again getting so this is the definition of what we were talking about before about getting zoned, right? These two players or three, I guess maybe these guys are zoning your group, and the rest of the group is able to step on point, right? So they're investing less numbers. You have four, they have three. They're investing less numbers in keeping you guys out here while the rest of the group is pushing in and stepping on the point. Okay, so this is what like essentially what you guys right now, you guys are all dead. All essentially you guys are all dead. Nobody because none of you guys are able to affect the point. Okay. Yeah, and you see here, like this thing about going wide, these are all like pretty good players. Like they will not chase you guys. They will not chase you. There's no point for anybody to not to like run wider with you. There's no reason to do that. Like they're going to go to the point. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you have the like the do more damage when you dodge thing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's my yeah.
Yeah, like that's okay. Dodge once, get your stamina back. Dodge once, get your stamina back. Don't like dodge. Like if that's the case, you want to have two dodges so that you can escape. If that's the case, use one dodge for damage. Everything else, you don't want to be hitting your dodge button. You just don't want to be hitting your dodge button, right? So you use your 50 stamina. Like you get to 55, that's great. These other two dodges that you have, like hold them for escape. So don't dodge again, just stay on, like let it recharge to 105 again, then use it again, right? Don't go back to like back to back like dodges. Also, you're also missing some consumes. You have honing stone, and then you have food, but you're also missing desert sunrise, I think, and you're also missing uh you're missing like, or maybe like this is your attribute food maybe, but you're missing one food and one
Yeah, it's
in desert
attribute. Yeah.
sunrise. Yeah, you're missing desert sunrise and you're missing like normal basic food. Like you guys should have four buffs on your bar, guys. There should be four buffs. It should be your honing stone. It should be your attribute food. It should be desert sunrise, right? Desert sunrise on your bar, and then it should be either depending on if you're a so this is going to also for the mages. You should be popping the energizing hearty meals. Okay, energizing hearty meals last for 40 minutes. They will passively increase your what's it called, your mana for you, right? So it'll passively increase. I think it's like 5%, but it's for 40 minutes, right? Every tick 45% for the whole war. So like you guys are able to use these. Make sure you guys are using the correct one. For you, since you don't use mana, then you just use hearty meals, right? Just straight up use hearty meals because it'll give you 1% health for 40 minutes, right? So it'll give you 1% health per tick for 40 minutes. So you'll be able to heal passively just by having that up. So make sure that you guys have all of your buffs. It's four buffs. You need to have all of them. Okay, make sure you have all your buffs.
Doesn't he have the hearty meal right next to the attribute food buff?
This
Like this
is
is
Oh yeah, this is the hearty meal. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
okay.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, so all you're missing is Desert Sunrise. But yeah, make sure that you guys have all four of your buffs. Yeah, try to step on point wherever you can. You kind of jumped right into like the bunch of them. Like you see all of this here, like go this way, right? Like try to step on point wherever you can. So you see all of them come this way, you go this
Right.
way and step on here, right? Like don't stand on the don't go into them. And cleanse, obviously, when you're in trouble, make sure you're cleansing, right? Cleanse so you can get out. Yeah, forward. Just you guys rotated way too late. You guys needed to rotate sooner. Go ahead. This is good. You're stepping. This is fine. But again, like this whole thing, this is okay. These guys kind of went wide. These guys like got off the point. You can kind of like go over here, but at the same time, like you guys have to be aware that once the point starts to detick and you guys are okay, like make sure that you guys are once again refighting your fight. Don't just like leave them to do whatever they want. All right, let's see what's going on. Mm, mm, Yeah, once again, the more that you fight back here, the more that's where they want, right? They want you to fight back here. So try to fight at the neutral line if you can. So like the neutral line, what we define as the neutral line is if you look at the point, the middle line, the flag, from the flag, if you imagine a line extending outwards, that is the neutral line, right? So the
Mhm.
neutral line is you try to keep your fight up here, fight at the neutral line, and then if like and then you guys can fight backwards if you need to, but like try not to stay back here because that's where they want you to fight, right? If you're giving all this space, the second that they kill one of you, they will immediately have access to your back line, your healer pocket. Okay, so
Yeah.
like where you're kiting is fine. Like you can kite. Like I would not kite this way. I would kite into people that can save you and can help you, right? But good, you stayed in sacred. That's really good. Yeah, just stay in the sacred. Good.
So our war plan had us fighting around this area, but you're saying we should take a couple big steps up, right?
Yeah, you need to step up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boys, like the more that I talk, I need you guys to understand if you don't understand anything. Like don't follow exactly what the word plan says.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and wait for your caller to tell you what to do. You need to figure it out for yourself. Okay? You need to play your game for yourself. Okay? You have to. If you don't, then everything will be bottlenecked behind the shot caller. So it doesn't matter how like your caller could be the best caller in the game. He's best caller to ever touch the game, but nobody is going to be able to play 50 people 50 games by themselves like in their own head while they're playing their own game, right? Like you guys have to decide like all right, like playing here is where they want us to play. We need to look to try to play upwards. We need to play up because if the second that we win, the second we lose or even if we win, if we win the fight, we're already super far away from their healers, right? We're super far away from their back line. We're super far away from the point or trying to affect the point in any way. And then like so if the second that the respawns hit we're already losing time, but if we play back here and we lose they instantly look into our healer pocket, right? So when we're talking about playing neutral lines, you guys have to start at the neutral line. You have to bring your fight to the neutral line. Start at the neutral line, and then how you have that happen. So now I'm going to explain to you guys how you have that happen. The only way that you guys can back groups up, the only way that you can have groups that are playing like this back up is by jumping on their light players. Okay, so disruptors, senders, people who are doing that. The only way that you're able to do that is by backing their light players up. You can't back the disruptors up. You will not be able to. People with shields and they're playing heavy, you will not do enough damage to back them up, and they're not going to back up if they're good. They're just going to wait for the heals, and especially if they're standing on a sacred, they will just not move. So the only way that you could back people up is by backing up their light players. So if you guys are fighting here, like the only way that you guys are going to keep these guys from running this way or having advantage by playing in this specific spot is by jumping on their healers and jumping on their bows to make their bows and their healers back up. And then that's when they back up, that like a wall, you will take space slowly. If you talk about like if you think about it as like a Sparta wall, right? Like when they had all the shields and stuff going on, you guys will slowly push up as your sender or whoever it is that's backing people up. As he's backing people up, you guys will slowly take space so that they do not come back towards the space that you had already taken, right? So you don't want to have somebody backing people up and everybody else staying back here. You guys have to deny the space by creating a wall so that these people cannot step back towards wherever it is that you're trying to hold. Okay? So that's the only way. So for example, in this specific instance, the only way that you're gonna get Spongy, you're gonna get Armin, like the only way that you're gonna have this happen is by jumping on Wawa and jumping on GL, right? That's the only way that you're gonna have Spongy and Amber get like back up, because Spongy is gonna
Yeah.
want to heal Wawa and GL, like Amber's gonna try to protect them as well. So you guys fighting jumping on Spongy or you guys jumping on Ammon, like it doesn't make any sense. You need to jump on these guys, right? So you could back their group up. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, you jump on light players to back these guys up. Yeah, and because these guys don't mind at all chasing you guys far because they know that their point team can beat you, right? So they don't mind keeping you guys wide, which is what this is what I was talking about, like the defense and attack macro flip. Like at this point now they're just playing defense macro and they're just trying to make sure that you guys don't come to the point. You guys don't get near the point. So they're just gonna chase you wider. If you guys go wide, they're just gonna keep chasing you until a certain point and then just zone you for the rest of the war. Right? They're just gonna zone you for the rest of the war and you won't be able to do anything. Right? Like until you fight these guys, you won't be able to do anything. But the only chance that you guys had for jumping for backing people up is by jumping on these people who are able you guys are able to kill and create a lot of damage to, and then having people back up, having people step back. Yeah, see, they're only gonna push. They're gonna kill one of you. Now you guys are staggered. Now you're playing permanently a 4v5, right? Like you guys died. Like one of you died, then the respawn hit, and then another one of you guys died. Now you guys are just permanently playing a 4v5, right? So yeah, good call. But again, you don't want to be fighting up here, right? You don't want to be fighting down here. You want to go up here, right? Wherever the healers are, that's where you want to be when it comes to this. And then like even if that's the case, like where you can't get any healer kills, it's usually going to be a lot easier to step on this top of point than it is going to be stepping on the bottom. Because like most of the time their healers are going to be stepping here. So like you're going to be surrounded by a bunch of healers instead of a bunch of bruisers. So it's going to be easier
Right.
for you guys to come over here, right? It's usually going to be easier to come over here than it is to try to step on the bottom of the point, right? Yeah, so like right here, like super free. You could all step right here on the top of the point, right? You could all step up here. Like healers and even the healers of the army, the main ball healers, all of you guys can step up here if you want to, right? Yeah, see, much better. They're obviously going to follow you because there's people on the point. There's enough people on the point. They're all inning, so it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, your caller can't do that for sure. Definitely can't switch positions halfway through the crash. All right, good. This is a much better angle, so you can get like scorped or grabbed off. This is much better. Yeah, just be. I wouldn't. This stuff that this doesn't matter. Like, if there's nobody on it, like hit the person who's on it, not the actual thing itself. Like the thing, it doesn't matter. Like this cannon doesn't matter. Like if there's somebody standing on the cannon, then sure. But if there's nobody on the cannon, then just like go for the people who are low. Right? This is very good. Like you saw you just chunked this guy's health, so you know you can kill him. Right? If you look if the other bow that's on your team looks at this guy, you guys could probably kill him. Same thing with the quad DPS, right? Hold your abilities so you see light players come in, right? When you see the light players come in, unless somebody here is like super low because you guys crashed and killed it, like almost killed them or whatever. Like unless there's a lot of low HP players here, like wait for the light players to come in and kill the people who are standing behind, who are coming in afterwards. So like all these guys, like you see right here, somebody clapped. You see this other healer come in. Like just go for these people who are able to die, right? So like right here, for example, you could turn on Remix. You can kill him immediately, right? Like you can turn on like if you see heavy players that are low HP, absolutely turn on them. But like I would not invest throwing all of your skills on a bunch of guys like this. You know what I mean? Or that are a bunch of like high HPs. Yeah, so like all these like so for example, this guy right here, the other left, he should immediately die. You should see him. Crispy Kringle, he should immediately die. Elevate, you can see if you can do enough damage and he should die as well, right? Like War Chief, he should die, right? Like all of these guys, and then the only way that's gonna happen is by you calling names out, right? First, you start with this guy that's lowest HP. Then you go Crispy Kringle. Then you could go to War Chief because I think Elevate is a bruiser. Like you guys can you call names out one by one as you guys get kills, right? you don't want to allow people who are low HP to stay alive next to you. Yeah, like this guy right here. You second that you see this low HP guy, like Potterman, whatever the first thing is, like kill, like focus this guy now, like right, like padding point with a bunch of high, like nobody that's any like low, like this doesn't do anything, right? You throwing all your arrows on this doesn't do anything, right? These guys are not going to die to that. Like Marauder, you see Marauder here, you see like that's a healer, you can call that name out, right? Like you guys could do a bunch of different things. But just make sure that you're not padding point and throwing all of your abilities on people that won't die. Yeah, this is good.
I was trying to help Crashes, you know.
Yeah, no, this is fine. Right now, this is fine. Like elevate, right? Elevate. You can die. Elevate. Kill this guy, right? But focusing your damage on this doesn't make any doesn't make any sense, right? You won't be able to kill any of these people, right? You guys should not be the first ones to jump on point. Although this is really nice that you did jump on, like your brute, like your disruptor should be the first one to jump on point. You as a light player, you can get on point, but like try to get on point at like 80% tick. You know, like try to get on point at 80% tick because you guys are so squishy that you'll die to pretty much anything.
Yeah,
so
tell
like
me about it.
yeah, so like there's no point if you guys jumping on this point like this.
They
But
was
like
I
you're
think
just
it was the last war when their tick got so high and it just ended so quickly.
yeah.
It scarred us, yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah, like your disruptors absolutely jump on point, right? You and your other bow or any other range in general in the kill squad, you guys are just focusing whoever you can for kills, right?
Yeah.
And then whenever you can, and then if the tick continues, obviously all in call or whatever's happening, you step on the point, right? But like jumping onto the point is just all that's gonna happen is this where you just die,
Yep.
right? Like that's all that's
Yeah.
gonna happen if you jump in early, right? Because they're not gonna
Yeah.
pay attention. They're not gonna worry about you, right? They're gonna just run you over and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Next one. All right, this is Schizo. Hopefully he puts cleanses on his bar. All right, no cleanses. That's tough.
Is this one the heist one I sent you, or is this the Defiant one?
This is hold on.
Yo, Lingo always forgets to fucking put cleanse spots on his bar.
Yeah, I think this is
This is-
Defiant. You
I'll
might want
start
to do
yelling
that.
at him on
Saru too.
This is Defiant. All right, cool. We'll do the next one. G8. All right, this is a healer for group 8.
Oh fuck.
All right, let's see what's going on here.
I like the honesty, Saru.
Bad. Ooh, hold on. Never mind. No, it's a good clap. Never mind. Good clap. Good DE. You gotta hit somebody, bro. You gotta hit somebody. Don't just sit there on the downtime. Hit somebody, right? Like do something with it while you're walking around. Okay. That's unfortunate. He got caught. I don't really know what you healed there. Yeah, I don't really know what you did there. You did like literally nothing. Yeah, when it comes to sacreds, guys that play kill squad healing, when it comes to sacreds, please put sacreds when your disruptors have stopped and like you guys are fighting in a specific area, right? Like don't just put a sacred down because you think that you have to put a sacred down, right? Like the second that your disruptors are fighting or engaging into a fight that you know is going to be a little bit of a longer fight where they're not going to instantly push people out or instantly like look out and run away from your sacred, then that's when you put your sacred. Like a lot of the time, a lot of like higher level teams, the disruptors will straight up just call for you to put sacred on them, right? They'll be like, hey, like put sacred on me now. Like I'm gonna, because they know they're gonna about to take a lot of damage or they're about to jump into a fight, so they'll call for like the sacred, right? But like because right now the sacred that you use is just a complete waste, right? Like you use it for half a tick and then both of your disruptors ran away, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like do much like light attacks because I was told before that I shouldn't be doing that as a I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, what do you run for your light staff? What do you run? What are your
Living
perks?
Mind.
You run what?
I use on my life stuff I have refreshing move, blessed, and refreshing divine
Yeah,
embrace.
my brother, you have refreshing move. You can't do
Yeah.
that unless you hit somebody, right? So
Yeah.
you have refreshing move. The only way that you're gonna get your skills back is by hitting somebody. So you have to hit somebody. Whoever told you not to auto is I don't know what they told you because that doesn't make any sense. If one of your perks is refreshing move, hit somebody so that you can get your abilities back. Okay, like get your abilities back. We'll use refreshing move to get your abilities back quicker, right? This also being said, while you guys are here, make sure that you're also alt looking while you're throwing your thing so you can see what's going on around you, right? So same thing as far as POVs go. Like make sure that your POV is as wide as it possibly can be. That meaning like make sure that your tilt by zoom is on so that you can see as much around you as you possibly can, right? So like here, like you're looking over here, but like I would probably be looking. I would be making sure that this whole side here is free as well. I would not call. I would probably clear all of this. If you guys are a group A, I would probably not run back to B until you guys can kind of clear most of this stuff. Like if there's like literally nobody here, then sure. But like the second that you guys walked away, T is like C started to tick. See, like C started to tick the second you guys walked away. So yeah, you kind of panic clap there. That wasn't really okay. Sacred on that. Yeah, see, like if you had clap for this, then these people could have lived. Like nobody should be diving the point anyway. Like you guys shouldn't be diving the point like this anyway. Like go to a spot that's free and then work into the point. But yeah, it is
Yeah.
what it is. Like yeah, your group just kind of got nuked by deaths and stuff. Like it is what it is. Like there should be nobody like diving the point into a bunch of bruisers, guys. Like if you're kill squad, do not dive into the point to a bunch of bruisers. Like be careful for these crashes that are coming in on the point, right? Like go somewhere that is free, right? Here was free. Like the whole left side of the point was free. Like you can come to the left side and push inwards, right? Or push these like push and kill these guys as they're stepping on the point, right? But like don't instantly like do this and they get killed by a bunch of bruisers. Good. Good step. This is really good that you're stepping. Yeah, you kind of like I don't know where like your group like again, this is okay. You're stepping on point. That's fine. I would probably come up to the top. Same thing with like the what's it called? The quad EPS that's over here just playing permanently in the bottom. Like your kill squad healing, you can come to the top and help your group still by like stepping on the top. And again, top is usually going to be more free for you guys for healers in general than it is going to be on the bottom. Like on the bottom, like yes, people say for healers to step on the bottom, but that's only really when main ball is hard winning and we're shoving top really hard, right? But like if that's not the case where you guys are losing, like playing top or playing to the left side here is usually going to be where it's going to be most safe. And at the same time, you need to be calming that this is what you're doing, right? I'm playing point, so you guys, so anybody who runs away, they need to be aware that you're not following them over here, you're playing point, right? So like Rye, for example, he's 27 meters away. He can't get healed by you, right? So
Mhm.
you need a calm that you're doing this. Okay, good clap. Put a sacred. Call who you're putting your sacred on, right? Make sure that people know where the sacred is and who you're putting the sacred on. Also, as a kill squad healer, like hatchet, not rapier. You want to play hatchet. You want to play hatchet for sure. Like if rapier you prefer rapier for whatever reason, then I'm not gonna like hard press you for it. But like that's what people are playing as a kill squad healer. They're playing hatchet.
So I'm still learning. I do,
Yeah.
yeah, but like for like, I'm still like learning hatchet, and I just didn't feel like confident enough for like this kind of war. I feel like way better with
Yeah.
the rapier right now. So it's, but I'm still
No,
like
it's fine.
practicing.
That's fine. That's all good. This is good that you're stepping. But again, same thing, guys. Like, don't be restricted to one side of the point and say, I have to step here. That's not how that works. Wrap around and step wherever you possibly can. Right? Like if like here you saw it was good, but and then immediately you try to step here, you blocked. I would not even have wasted your time blocking. You saw this, like, oh shoot, everybody's coming to me. I'm getting off the point. I'm wrapping somewhere else that I could step. You know what I mean? Like don't stand here. Nice, good. Yeah, just get off the point completely. Get off, get away, and then go up here, right where it's where it's safe. You know, like wherever it is that you can, but don't like ego this. Like don't just like walk and assume like you're just die for this point, right? Like there's no reason to
Yeah.
do that. Oh my god, I thought you jumped. Holy. Yeah, yeah. I would not like again be a little bit more mindful with horn usage. The gate is not even down, so like all the like the time the 7 seconds that you're gonna get from horns is probably gonna be like 1 or 2 seconds because the gate isn't even down
Right.
tonight. You guys aren't even gonna take any damage. Yeah, so like once the gate go like once they push in or like right before they push in, like you could hit horns, but like before then, because now like your thing is down, then you already used
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna hit horns, that's great, but be mindful about timing when it comes to horn usage. Yeah, definitely throw sacred and don't clap. But this is absolutely like you throw sacred down, use your refreshing move to get your skills back as quickly as possible. It doesn't even look like you have refreshing move on for whatever reason. You're not really getting any lower tick or lower cooldown. All right, they come in. Okay, this is okay clap. That's not you, right? Steppers is not you. Like look at point tick, right? That's not you yet. So don't instantly go to the point. Nice. Yeah, hit something, bro. You gotta hit something.
Yeah.
If you have refreshing moves, you need to do something. You have to do something during downtime. Cleanse, good. You cleansed, good. Careful for you have to call for help as well, right? Make sure that you're calling for help. You can't just be like, oh, and you just die, right? You didn't say anything. You have to call for help, say something that people are on you, right? Yeah, your team realized that you were dying, but like call for help, say something. Like the second that you're here and they hit you like this, like you're taking a little bit of damage, just you got to call and say like, yo, I need help. I need help. So this is like when you should step, but you don't, or hopefully you do. There you go. Good. This is really good. But this is at this point when your group is free, when your group is full health, look to off heal whoever you can, right? Try to throw a heal for whoever you can on the point. Like you shouldn't again, like healer, there's not that much downtime when you're playing healer. Like you should be doing something almost like all the time. All the time you should be doing something. So like if the case is that all your group is full HP and you don't need to heal them, heal somebody else, right? Heal night gamer. Heal like just, heal these people who are on the point that are able like you're able to heal as an off heal so that these people stay alive so that you guys can lower tick, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, like find like Blade right now, right? Like get Blade, get like Prince, get these guys in the point, and then obviously when you're here and you're getting hit by a bunch of reds, like move, right? Move, make sure you're moving, fleshe yourself away so you can get out of this situation. Yeah. All right. We go to the next. I think this is just weak side now. This is weak side. Weak side for what's it called, for Defiant, I think. I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna go to heist here. All right. Yeah, I've seen every single one of you guys with mana pots. I don't know who told you guys to do that, but like, unless you have healthy toast, mana pots does not do anything.
Well, with that being said, what's your opinion on healthy toast?
You can use healthy toast. Like, I wouldn't say it's meta, like, but you can use it. If you have it, like if you have it, then you can use it. If you like, because of the changes, unfortunately, of health and whatever. Most times, I would not. I personally don't use healthy toast. I've never seen somebody necessarily recommend healthy toast. There was a little bit of a period of time that people were thinking that we were going to move over to healthy toast, but it doesn't seem like it's a significant enough health bar. Plus health, like plus the this acts like a regen on healthy toast really as well. So like you get like, and it's not even as much as a health pot or anything, right? So it's just bad. Like it's not that great. Like it's not that good. But and then the regen, because you can pop it on cooldown and consistently have it on, is just overall better than just having like a regular health pot. Well, unless you're gonna just with healthy toast, just completely just keep spamming mana pots, but at the same time it doesn't matter because you're making it act like a regen, and regens are just better. So like it's better to have a regen going and a fire pot going, and then have your health pot for when you actually need health on like super close, right? Like you need health and you just need it now. Like you pop health pot, but if you don't, then you just have like the four on your bar should still be like health pot, regen, fire pot or whatever defensive pot, and then your cleanse, right? And then you use health pot and regen situationally based on like if you need immediate health or if you're just you're just walking around doing your thing, you know.
And what's the best in slot for like a medium DPS?
Best in slot as far as what for like pots?
Yeah, what would I drop healthy toast for?
Probably just fortifying toast. Like, and then here you probably have serums instead of like you would have serums as your regen, not like infused regens. So you would have, right, from the healthy toast thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the healthy toast tech. Like we like all the companies were gonna try to do it. It's just that a lot of people did the math on it, and it's not like I'm not saying that it's incorrect and completely bad to do it, but if you have mana pots and you don't have healthy toast, you're wasting your time. Like if you're using mana pots because of fortifying toast, you're literally wasting your time. Like put on a different thing. Like this is not mana pots is not like if you're gonna use it for healthy toast, okay, it's not is it the best possible thing? Maybe not, but at least you're using it, right? Yeah, at least you're using the mana pot for something. But like if you don't have healthy toast on your amulet or whatever piece, I forgot it's your earring or whatever. Like if you don't have your healthy toast on, this like mana pot does absolutely nothing for you. It doesn't do anything for you. Um, so I would not play it.
I have a quick question as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's no, but I've seen. Fuck my bad. I've seen people like putting on healing breeze like over like their immortal empowerment or IP. Like, is that something
Mhm.
that is ever situational? At least I'm specifically for war, like not outside, but just specifically in war to proc your healthy and healing breeze off that.
Yeah, I mean, people for a long time, people were using healing breeze with a conjunction with Ankh, so that you can get like a lot of healing off. Uh, I'm pretty sure it was nerfed. I don't know for 100% certain on that perk specifically. I know that there was even a time that bruisers were even running healing breeze, where they were able to heal themselves for a significant amount a significant amount because of Ankh. But I think because of Ankh nerf or some I forgot what it was, like something got nerfed that like people are no longer using that for that
Gotcha.
specific that. But like again, it's when we're talking about specific gear and like perks and stuff, like I'm probably not your guy. But like
enough.
if we're talking about war macro, but like specific gear and like what gear you should be using, like what is best for your own kit, like I would probably talk to people who actually play your kit. You know what I mean? Like I don't play most of these kits. I just know what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Appreciate it.
Good cleanse. Okay, good. Use your abilities or use your pots. This is what group 9, right? This group 9? Hold on, I gotta look.
Yeah. Yeah, it's G9.
Yeah. Yeah. So G9, the second that so same thing, right? You see C going up, go over to C. Go over to C. Holy. You're spamming your abilities too hard, my man. You cannot be hitting all of your abilities all at once like this. This is not how you use abilities in general. Like, make sure when you guys disruptors, guys, like make sure that you guys are using abilities appropriately, because if you're throwing all of your abilities out at once, you will miss 95% of them, right? So like expect like here at least you're using hatchet, so it's a lot easier to hit because you have to actually walk up to people to hit the hatchet. But if you're like for example spear, or people who use like the sender javelin, use scorpion sting, like all of these abilities, you guys have to actually find an action so that you can hit these abilities appropriately, right? Like you can't just walk up and just like throw an ability out. Like that's not how that works. You can't just walk up and just instantly like leaping strike, or just instantly shield rush, or instantly try to throw up an upheaval. Like that stuff will not hit 95% of the time if you're just instantly throwing it out. Okay, so like it's a called ability spamming. Try to avoid doing that, and how you mitigate that and how you try to do it efficiently. People who are high tier, people who play a lot of high tier wars, they will use their abilities, but they have to use them appropriately, right? So this is like best demonstrated by sender rules, because senders will often throw all of their abilities at the healer all at once, and like they'll be like, "Oh, I have him locked down." No, like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you have him locked down per se, because you just spammed your entire kit and now you're on cooldown for 11 seconds. So it's just like you guys have to use your abilities appropriately, right? Like this goes for every kit, but just expect. I see it the most in disruptors, holders, senders, and flexes. Like I see it the most where people would just straight up throw all of their abilities and then hope to hit it. Like they try not to do that, right? So this is fine. Like make sure you guys are calling names out. This is fine. I don't know where you were kind of looking here. I think you fat fingered this. Like this right here, like you don't need this. Walk up to him and auto attack. If you walk up to somebody and auto attack, hit one time, the tracking on most of your skills will be way better. You'll be able to track skills way better. Okay, so like like auto attack, heavy attack, walk up to people with heavy attack, like it's much better for you to be able to kill them. So this is you got that person locked down, that's fine. Yeah, you guys see like C is your job. You need to get over there, right? Group 9, you guys have to get over there. You got to go over there. You can't let C like go here do this. C is your job. If 10 is losing, if the assumption is 10 is losing because C is ticking, you need to go over there in the system. We cleanse. Yeah, nah. Forget all this. You guys have to go to C. None of this stuff matters. All of this doesn't matter. They're like if they really wanted to, they should have like I don't know why they didn't. They EO'd you guys really hard, but they should have just split and instantly took C from you guys. Like oh, and you guys already gave B or something happened here. Yeah, you guys gave B. All right, cool. Yeah, same thing with like the other thing I was talking about. You guys are fighting in your healer pocket. You guys are fighting in your own healer pocket, which is just like as you guys back up, you're creating more and more space for them to push up and take this permanently, right? Like you guys are just fighting permanently in their healer pocket. Like if there's a few people in the healer pocket, like the healers have to understand that you have to walk away. You have to run away and stay alive. But if you guys chase them and give all the space, you will have permanent reds in the healer pocket. You'll permanently have reds in the healer pocket. You can't like just straight up give this fight here. So for example, I don't even know what the enemy G9 is, but whoever the enemy G9 is, like you guys have to play your G9, fight these guys back so that these guys back here, these guys will die passively of people respawning, or they just simply won't get they just won't get very much value. They just won't get very much value, and the respawn. You guys, your healers will be playing in a whole different area so that they can't get any healer kills. And then if they step on point like by themselves, it's not really that much value either, right? Like by yourself, you can't do anything, right? So in the war scene, just I've said it before yesterday, but there's no such thing as 1v1ing in wars, right? So if you're by yourself and the rest of your group is out here and you're by yourself over here doing the like trying to hit healers or whatever it is, you're wasting your own time, right? You're wasting your team's time and you're wasting your own time. Okay, so make sure that you guys are like not letting these people fight in your own healer pocket like this. Obviously, if they do get to your healer pocket, if they come here and they're fighting here, make sure you're fighting these guys back, and not just ignoring them completely. But right there, there's like only 3 people, so it doesn't necessarily matter. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, like immediate like with this kind of stuff, you have to permanently run with your fire pot on cooldown. You have to permanently run it because your fire damage on kill squad is just so big. Like you just keep getting hit by fire damage consistently. So and then obviously you tried to get up, but it is what it was. You couldn't do anything. All right, skip ahead. You bought cleanses. Yeah. You're gonna die. Yeah, like they're just gonna chase you. Like I don't know where the rest of your group is, but like again, 1v1ing, don't 1v1, especially when you're like this low HP. These guys all looked in on you at once. You stayed alive just because your healer tried to save you. But like this whole time, guys, you guys could have tried to push them back. You could have at least tried to right here, right? Like this is your fight here, right? Take this fight and push these guys back. Get on these people who are like light players. Get these people out of here so that you guys can push these guys out of your road. Keep this road safe, right? But like you shouldn't in general, like I don't see anybody here, so Lingo is the only one that's doing this, so he instantly gets turned on and dies, right? So everybody else is probably over there fighting, somebody else. But like the only way that you guys are going to keep these guys out of your road is by pushing these people back. And
I was looking at point right there on Oppo.
yeah,
just turned
oh, I
back.
see right there. Yeah, yeah, like you're ignoring your fight, right? You can't ignore your fight on the respawn. Like if the case is that like the respawn is the cooldown. Oh, I'm sorry, the tick is this high. Either make the call to fully go up to the top and go for their healers, or you guys have to fight this fight back. Yeah, I mean it really depends, right? Usually with this tick this high and you guys knowing that you guys are already out on a back foot, I would just come up to the top and look to try to either go for their healers as quickly as you can or immediately step point, right? But that's a decision that you guys have to make where you guys are not just staying out here fighting this random like amount of people right here, right? Like these guys don't care about you guys. They don't care because they're going to win the point regardless. They don't care about having you guys out here because they're going to win the point. So you guys need to make the decision to come to the point and step on as quickly as you can. Oftentimes what that's going to look like is instead of going in through Oppo, you go in through Bond, right? You guys go up here instead. Instead of going this way, you go this way, right? And then you step up to the top of the point. Okay. Yeah, like 95% of your kill squad is in the road, and like none of the like most of you guys have not pushed up. So your G9, most of your G9 is just like playing by themselves up here, and like there's a few people with like G10 or whatever, but you guys are mostly playing by yourselves. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I think like once we get to C, we're struggling with like priority
Yeah. Yeah.
of where our fight is, because everything kind of is just rumbling around.
Yeah, they just kind of look in immediately because they're egoing you and because they know that they're better than you. They're just immediately looking in because like they're ignoring you guys and like not necessarily ignoring you, but they're playing and forcing you guys to play in a spot that you don't want to play in because they're just egoing you and forcing it. And but the thing is that you guys are allowing it, right? You guys are not fighting them back and you're allowing them to stay in your road. So like the second that they put so on the point again, strong side, this is the point, right? If this is strong side over here, right? If this is strong side, the second that you make it to the top left of the point or the top of the point where everybody's kind of focusing here, most of their guys are going to just turn immediately and make this left side of the point or the right side of the point, depending on if you're defending or attacking. They're going to look immediately in and make that side of the point unplayable for the enemy team for you guys. So that's what's gonna happen. So if you guys don't create the space and come to this neutral line where they're not able to do that and create space and take over this space once again so that you guys can start pushing upwards, they're going to bomb the point and they're going to kill these people on the point where you guys are going to permanently be playing in your own road, and like your healers are going to end up dying and people are going to just end up dying on respawn. They're like, as people are fighting respawn, the people who are walking in, they're just going to get hit by random damage. It's a cascading effect where a bunch of people who shouldn't even be seeing spears, they're seeing a bunch of spears as they're walking up to the point. You know what I mean?
So should our call be based off tick point? Like if the tick's
Yeah.
not high, should we try to clear our road? Like our
Yeah,
road or just our fight, like kind of like make
Yeah,
a
fight your
line
fight
from
back. Yeah, fight your
make a
fight back.
line from like the ramparts to the like point, and then try to just take those players from there on, and just don't worry about whoever's behind us.
Well, if you, what I would say specifically is that if every group, if 8, 9, and 10 does that, there should be nobody behind you, right? If every group is losing, imagine this is the point right here, and then this is the ramparts, right? If there's a bunch of people standing here from a variety of groups, like if every group creates a barrier and starts pushing upwards, there will be nobody standing behind you. And if a few people like walk away and try to like wrap around and go back into the healer pocket, you guys like you could have fire staffs and bows turn around immediately and kill them, or you could have a few people walk back. When I say a few people, I mean like maybe I mean like 2 people maximum, depending on the groups. Like quad DPS, like quad DPS go back there and kill them as you guys are pushing up. Like if you have everybody doing this where you're pushing up and you're taking space, they're no longer standing in your healer pocket, and you guys are no longer fighting in the back line. You know, so like what ends up happening is that it's not a you can't be a hero and take on 15 people by yourself, right? So that's why you need to be able to have everybody doing the same thing, and then this is also something that you can calm and be like, hey, like we need to push this back. We need to push this back. I need you guys, like I need people to help me push back so we could retake this space. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just how do we go about pushing them back? Like, what's
Yes.
the best way to approach that fight? Like, do we
Yeah.
jump
So
on their healers? Do we like? Because I feel like we
yeah,
kept
yeah,
topping on their disruptors, and the healers just
correct.
kept topping them off, topping them off, topping them
Correct.
off.
Correct. Yeah. So I think I said it earlier. The best way to push people back is by jumping on their light players. It doesn't necessarily have to be the healer, but like
Yeah,
as
the
long
fire
if you
staff as
yeah
well.
fire staff or bows, you know, like if you jump on these people that are able to be killed very easily, a lot of times people will back up to try to help them. Right, they will back up to try to assist these people, and that's when you'll be able to create space. So, like for example, the sender, right? The sender, which is somebody who will often be on the healer, if he runs on the healer or if he runs on fire staffs or he runs on bow players or whatever, and they start backing up because they're on him, or the sender is on them, right? And then these guys try to turn around and kill the sender, you guys will push up together with them and create space so that they can know that, so the sender also can't run all the way to Narnia with these people, because and then they'll turn around and insta kill, right? But what happens is you can push, they can get like your sender can get topped off by heals, they could push some more, you guys can gradually push up until you guys are in a good spot where you're now fighting in the neutral line. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are not gonna just like, it's not just, oh, everybody dive the healer, go to the healer. No, like you guys most likely will end up having to push very gradually, because people are going to try to kill your sender, because people are trying to, because the healer is getting attacked, right? People are going to try to kill their sender. If they chase the sender, that's amazing. If they chase him, then he can go farther up, because then you guys can chase them and gain a ton of space. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But if they do not chase, where they just try to, they try to hit the sender off the healer, then the sender kind of gets topped off he can go back slightly. He can get topped off by the healer. Then you guys push up, like keep pushing it forward as a group. And then the center goes back out, fights on the healer backs up. You guys take some space because they back up to try to help the healer. Then you guys keep pushing up forward. And then there's times where, like for example, if the healer is just running around in circles because the center isn't able to lock down, right? You can have fire staff or bows try to assist the sender by throwing their abilities on the healer as well, so that they force the healer backwards, right? They force the healers to step back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Okay.
when do we turn when do we turn the fight up? 'Cause let's say they just keep running along the ramparts. When do we just say, hey, let's just turn up and head to
Yeah,
point
if
up,
you,
so we
if
don't want to chase them?
yeah, you don't want to chase them out, right? If your point is ticking, you don't want to chase them out. But it's okay, like you guys, if the point is ticking and there's only a few people there, try your best to try to get these guys out of here. If they keep going wider, just leave a few people to zone them while other people plus in. You know what I mean? So like you guys, although you are a 5-man group, it doesn't have to consistently have all 5 of you playing in the same zone, in the same area. So for example, a really easy example of this would be like G10. G10 has 2 bows. So the 2 bows, because they're ranged, they don't have to be fighting on top of the disruptors. So for example, if they run wide and you guys go and you guys like they want you to chase, instead of chasing, you can have the 2 disruptors and the healer stand here and like zone these people so that they can't come back into the point. Then you could have the 2 bows looking on the point. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys can calm this where you're not specifically playing all together at the whole time. Well, you have some people doing one thing and then other people doing another. You know, if that's what they want to do, where they just want to permanently play, like chase you, like drag you into the wide fight. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is
Okay.
there ever a time where we want to head over the bonfire?
Like if your whole oppo is just like full lost, and the tick is high, then yeah, like you guys can wrap into bonside and then play for the healer pocket and step on point.
Okay. And that's like the only scenario where we should ever kind of look that direction.
Yeah, most of the time that's going to be like one of your only scenarios, like if point tick is high, because if point tick isn't high, then you just keep looking to try to push these guys back, right? Like
Yeah.
keep trying to push these guys back because there's no reason for you to You're not panicking, right? There's no reason to make a panic play and abandon your fight, right? You don't have to abandon your fight, like because going into bond side is abandoning your fight, and that's
Right.
only okay if the point tick is high, right? If point tick is high, then like abandon your fight, kill the other people on the other side, and then look to retake your fight again when you after you've deticked point at least a little bit, or at least since like you can try to like loop around as well. So for example, if during the time that you guys are running a bond side, the point starts to detick, right? You can wrap around, and then now you're like in prime time for their healers. You guys can slam their healers, and then you can try to push them back afterwards, right? But like how this would work is it would look like a very yin yang kind of position where you guys slam them, you guys create a wedge, right? You create a wedge in this spot here, right? So that now these guys get pushed out wide. Then you retake this, you re-step back down here, and you push upwards again, right? So you don't want to just push them out. You don't want to just keep pushing them into your healer pocket, right? So you create a wedge where these guys step outwards. If they step wide, you re-step and zone these people so that they can't go into your healer pocket. You push them outwards. Then you push them upwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's continue here. This is gonna be the last one. I gotta go after this, boy. So if y'all have questions, this is your time.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that because we like came like we have a pretty good idea of like how to fight on B.
Yeah,
It was just when we got to C, it was just like chaos. And it's just like we
yeah,
didn't know where to look and where our fight
yeah,
was.
yeah. You guys, this is okay. I don't mind this at all. Yeah, don't stick this if you're gonna die, right? Like, don't if you guys are gonna die, like, don't stick this. Like, luckily you don't die, but like, if you're about to die, like, don't stick. Nice, good kill. Yeah, like you're fighting by yourself. Like call some names out, right? Like you can kill this guy. That's good, but like call some names out, make sure that your team is playing with you. And then again, also point tick, right? Point tick is paramount. So if like killing this guy out here doesn't matter if you lose the point, right? Yeah, it's unfortunate. The caller, I don't know where he was looking, but it's okay. Yeah, and then you died. Yeah, and then you lost. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions about this, boys? Any questions about any of this?
So where do we kind of want to go inside the fort, just real quick?
Inside the fort,
Like,
you guys start if you're defending, or really it depends on raid plan. But inside of the fort, you guys will start on top B. You guys will start where you guys were in the where you guys were in that VOD. And
yeah.
then you guys look, so your rotation inside of fort is going to be, whatever your fight is, right? So you start again, you fight your fight. If your fight, like, top B, you start top B because your fight is going to be there, like assuming that your fight is going to be there. After you win your fight, you look into dirt, right? So you fight the dirt, you win your fight, you look into dirt.
Where specifically in dirt? Like
Just dirt.
or just anywhere?
Just dirt,
Anywhere in the
right?
general facility?
Yeah, so like if you're group 9 and you've been assigned to play above a gate, then all of the A side dirt or the C side dirt is yours, right? Like all of that A side dirt, you guys are controlling all of that dirt. So it doesn't matter where you go on that dirt, just go in the dirt
Together.
as far as like the disruptors go, right? Like you don't need your range to be jumping down. You just need your disruptors to be there, obviously, because they're melee, right? But yeah, so like you guys just have to call out targets in the dirt. Make sure that you're calling out targets, whoever it is that in the dirt. Then again, it's the same rotation where you look here, you fight in the dirt. You could even put like dirt/hell, right? You guys can look into hell as well. If you guys are, nothing's happening in your dirt, you can look into hell. And then afterwards, you are looking in on the point, right? You're fighting the point, and then it's once the respawn's back hit again, you're going back to fighting your fight. Right, you fight your fight, re-win your fight, look back into the dirt/hell, go back to the point, and then
What
rinse
about
and repeat
stage? Should
that.
we
You could
ever
go to stage as well. Yeah. You can go to stage as well. Depending on where your fight is, you can probably go stage and assist. Or if like G7 and 8, let's say you guys are winning, you guys won your fight. Depending on point tick, obviously if the point tick is not that high, like if you won your fight and then you see G7 and G8, they're struggling. You guys can go up there and plus them and help them win. Like that's absolutely something you can do, right? You guys can plus that. Yeah,
We
you
all-
could encompass like dirt and hell as just like a flex position, right? Like
and then looking for respawns and like trying to meet them at that gate. Is that something we can do?
like I wouldn't necessarily. I wouldn't meet them at there. I would maybe just wait for people to walk in and then jump on healers and lights like
behind 'em.
lights. Yeah, jump behind them. I wouldn't necessarily stand in front of them because a lot of the time there's bruisers and stuff coming in and you
Right.
guys get killed for that. You know what I mean? So I would not stand and like try to create a barrier in front of the door, like because you'll most likely die for that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Any other questions, boys?
No, that was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
This was great. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you
How
for
do,
that.
how, how do I make my
thank
wiener
you.
look bigger in the game, bro?
Bro, when you find out, tell me, dude.
sorry, sorry. I know this is like serious, but I had to like throw like a funny joke in there.
Yeah, no, but all right, boys, I gotta dip out. So if you guys have any questions later on, if you guys think of any questions, just DM me and I'll try to answer your questions. All right. Hopefully with the next word that you guys have, it's more on your own level, so we can see what we need to fix and how we need to fix. Because getting like rolled over is hard, and it's hard to like learn stuff from that. You know what I mean? But yeah. All right, boys. Later.
you, Mark.
See you guys.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Thank you.
Of course.